Did you know that's actually a job in India?
Don't leave it
Hey,
alone.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
So in the street,
Mm-hmm.
okay, as a motorcycle driver, what do you call it?
Motorcycle driver,
Moped?
cyclist.
اللي هو whatever.
Okay.
A rider.
Yeah, you can.
The side
a rider.
There's
with
basically
machine.
a pit stop, okay, where you can stop, remove your helmet. Some guy will just come in with the Q-tip, just clean your ears, give him a couple of whatever. What's the currency?
Rupees.
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 Yes, and that's how you make money.
That's how you make money. I don't know why you know
India
this tricks.
is society version 1.0.
Yeah, yeah.
this is what India is, okay? If you say, oh, I wonder how it was living back in the day, go to India.
Mushuf, they have a long catalog of history to...
With all due respect to India, of course.
No,
yeah. But no, they completed all job roles. they started expanding.
Mushuf, come on.
And it's version 1.0 of those job roles also.
Earsmith. That's what I am.
No, but see, you got to give it to them. They figured it out, right? Like I was watching this video the other day. I think we were watching it together about how they made food delivery. How they've been doing food delivery for like 100 years now.
It's a whole system.
It's a whole like.
I've seen a documentary about that 10 years ago.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like they have managed to basically like, segment the tasks that need to be done into all of the members of society.
Streamlined.
I wish the first world could do that also. Oh, wait. We've been doing it also for a long, long time.
We don't have enough people.
Bro,
first of all. Okay. And then second of all, and all these people need to get paid. Keep that in mind.
Keep what in mind.
They have a whole lot of people that need to get paid.
Okay.
Hence the earsmith.
I've heard this before.
Of course you did.
Of course I did.
Entitled. And Tyler killed it with this.
Model.
I love this from the moment he dropped the first version of it.
He never dropped the first version. No, we heard it over a year ago.
That version.
Do you know what's the thing that's like so crazy about this? That this is an entitled throwaway track.
Yeah. Yeah, this is the kind of thing he puts on SoundCloud. When you ask him about something, like this.
Exactly.
That's it.
Like people would work so hard to make this, right? And they drop it with a whole like marketing plan. And he's like, hey, let me just add some footage to this beat.
Okay.
Share.
Something for you to look at, basically.
Just share.
Yeah. Ooh.
Just share. It's a beautiful 5-minute track.
It's a whole journey.
You can find it on Entitled on the Beat on Instagram. You're not gonna find it on SoundCloud or anywhere else. At least I don't think so. I haven't talked to Entitled.
Might
about
be,
that.
but yeah, no.
But I wish he does. Oh, this is the part.
Of course, he's got to sign it.
Hey, welcome past the Kabsa. It's your boy Andy. What's happening? What's popping? Episode 272. I got the homie Chucks right behind me.
Yep.
I got the homie Shamsi right next to me.
Yo.
Number one is not here, thank God.
Alhamdulillah.
He's in an alien spaceship somewhere.
His head is a spaceship.
Yeah.
No, they took him to examine the head.
Shout out to our tens and tens of listeners. Shout out to tens and tens of viewers. Thank y'all for being here. We appreciate all of y'all. Thank you for joining the hate-a-thon. Your neighborhood-friendly haters.
Always available to provide some salt.
Hey, yo. Everything about this track is just beautiful.
Yeah, I can just keep this playing, honestly. I wouldn't mind that.
I would keep this playing the whole episode if I could, but I don't want to, I don't know. I just don't care to answer you right now. I'm trying to find.
I want people to go and experience it for themselves.
You have to. Like, there's a beat switch here somewhere. Hold on, let me find it for you. I think it's coming up. I feel it in my heart.
New level unlocked.
Come on, Entitled. So beautiful. One more. The switch. He's playing with feelings, emotions. This kid.
He's jumping from one lane to the other, honestly. And effortlessly, honestly.
This kid is something else, bro.
Freaking
He
gymnastics.
is something else. I am so proud of this kid, man. He's amazing. Shout out to Entitled.
Amen.
Shout out, indeed.
Looking for more, my boy, as always. I know we got a lot of heat, that no one heard yet. When Galag was here, we were at our 2004 Shisha, right?
Mm-hmm. you went into your time travel machine.
When we left, I was like, I need to play you something. So we got outside the car. I played him one of Entitled's track that's not out yet. And he just had he just threw a fit in the car. Why isn't he not releasing? I was like, you're going to see him tomorrow. Go attack the hell out of him. But
See,
give him time.
we
give
did
him
the
time.
same. كمان احنا when we hear that kind of shit, but at the end of the day خلاص we accepted that that's what he's gonna do.
The thing is with me, I already accepted that because I've seen the genius at work. I've seen that when he ignores a track for like 3 months and he comes back to it, it sounds even better than before.
Exactly, and this is a prime example.
Yeah, and this was wrapped up a long time ago.
Exactly,
but he
now
just
there's so much more elements that just elevated compared to like the rough draft, okay, the original draft, and that's why we appreciate or we respect him or appreciate him because he does find the time to craft something. He's not just giving you something.
And when he did this one, by the time he was done with this one and wrapped it up and he was comfortable with it, that he learned so much that the next one's he can be even crazy. That's what's so amazing about him. So shout out to the homie Ntitled. We love you, bro. We wish you all the best as always.
Thank you for the Lucy for the drop.
I hope everybody enjoyed our last episode with Galag. We gave you 2 episodes in one. I hope you enjoyed it. A lot of people did enjoy it. They reached out. Galag is my favorite guest on the podcast because I talk to him so much that in order for me to do a podcast, I need to kind of separate that personality. And with Galag being like so in tune with everything that he does, you just ask him a leading question and he'll go because he already has so much information that he wants to provide or, paint you the perfect picture for you to understand what's going on in whatever it was in fashion or movies. Like this is the first time he talks about movies. A lot of people are actually impressed. Like, he's actually he knows what he's talking about. Like, he does.
Well, multi-hyphenate, ladies and gentlemen.
He's amazing. Shout out to homie Galag. Part 4 next year, if we're still around.
I mean, honestly, at this point,
we're still around.
it's
even if we're not. I mean, they gotta get
just come back and do it.
Exactly. It's an annual thing. It's gotta happen. It's gotta happen.
Just an annual pasta cups with Galag.
Yeah.
For no reason. 364 days. One episode.
6 years later, Galag number 7 appears.
I am so down for that. Bro, there's a lot of things, a lot of topics. I don't know where you guys want to start. You want me to tell you about the Rolls-Royce Gangsta story? Or you guys want me to tell you about
Gangsta?
We're talking about Thmanyah subscription. Do you want to talk about Shamsi's tiny desk yoga? Tesla robot. Okay.
There's a lot going on, Turks.
F1 and their new fuels.
I am overstimulated.
LVMH buying Paris F.C. There's so much that we can talk about. We talk about Putin. We can talk about what's happening in the Middle East.
What's going on with Putin?
Really? Out of all of that? Putin was number one?
You didn't expect Shamsi to go straight for Putin.
I left it at the end. So say intriguing. LVMH, Paris FC, football. Oh my God. Putin though.
That one I didn't hear about because...
What do you want to start?
Okay.
Turks.
I'm overstimulated بصراحة. Just pick at random.
How about we start with some bullshit that we get to stories?
Okay.
Yeah.
So the Rolls-Royce Gangsta story is a story that's going to get me real trouble right now because he told me if you say this on the podcast, I'm going to whoop your ass. So if I come with a black
as we do with every episode, as we do with every episode.
So one of my boys has a hard time using slang in the right way.
I can relate.
Okay.
Yeah. No cap, I get it.
This is fresh.
No. It's not Turks no cap today. That was stupid as hell.
Yeah, but that was
How about we do no cap? You don't even know how to use no cap. Sorry guys, just an inside joke between our stupid ass. But what's the name? So one of my boys got a new Rolls Royce Ghost, right? And he came and he was like, "Yo, gotta see you, son." I was like, "All right, cool."
He called Rolls Royce Gangster.
So he pulled up and he was like, Gangsta, right? I was like, it's a $2 million car, but there's nothing gangster about this. Okay, this is all wealth. Okay, there's nothing gangster about this. And it's white on white. What's so gangster on white on
pure,
white?
it's pure, you know.
He was like, no, it's like, but it's the right word. I was like, it's not the right word. He's like, okay, how do you use it the right way? So I looked at him and smirked. Okay, because you know me. I always have something just ready for the boys.
Yeah.
I was like,
Pause.
yo, thanks. I heard you loud
using
and clear.
slang in the correct way. Okay, go ahead. Yeah.
Topic at hand, ladies and gentlemen. Right execution, right there. Okay.
I got some heat.
Yeah.
Still can. I got some bullshit. Boys love bullshit. Anyway, but I was like, let me take you back last year. I was like, do you remember that girl that you met? He's like, which? I was like, so and so. He's like, yeah. I was like, do you remember how she was like, yo, man, like, I love all your vibe. I love everything about you. And you got a couple of iPhones and she disappeared. He's like, yeah. I was like, that's gangster. That was gangster.
Yeah, that's Robin. Straight up, you know.
That's the definition of gangster.
True.
Not this white on white car.
Criminal behavior and activity. You know, that is usually what gangsters are associated with.
He just rolled up the window. He's like, give me a middle finger, go on.
I mean, you had to ruin his moment,
hilarious.
you know.
That is hilarious.
You could have just said, yeah,
I
it's
gotta explain
gangster,
to
Adil.
him. No, when you want to fight me and say, how do you use gangster? I'm like, okay, I have to teach you that. I guess I got to teach you.
Words have meanings.
Exactly.
Yes, please respect them.
Now, more important than that, 2 weeks ago, because last week we recorded, Galag early, Shamsi had a get together for his birthday, which we all attended. And when we were there, Shamsi was very proud to introduce me to someone who was very sweet and very nice. And I was like, he's like, oh, do you know what she did? I was like, uh-oh. Shamsi's telling me something that's gonna backfire right now.
No, it was
because no, you do this to me all the time.
Okay.
You know I'm gonna talk shit. So you put me on the spot to see if I'm gonna talk shit. Okay? You do this all the time.
No, this is me, you know, basically it's like birth out, bro, dude. You need sometimes
Shamsi always says
a matriarch.
Do not think that I'm an asshole. He knows what he's doing. He knows how I'm gonna react. So this girl's
because
just
he takes things that are just so nice, you know, and innocent, and he destroys them.
I'm
know?
like, what do you do? She's like, I do yoga for offices. I'm like, what's a yoga for offices? She was like, well, I go to different companies and we teach them how to stretch while they're at work and so on. Okay. So I was like, oh, no. So how is Shamsi involved? Shamsi's like, she came to our office. I'm like, oh, really?
You know what? And something I even noticed, it happened on World Mental Health Day, which is even better, Adil, which is even better. That goes to show you how much they care about us, right?
So she was so nice, saying like, you know, this is what we like to do. We like to help employees because, you know, time and scheduling and stuff. Very nice person. So I had to really hold my bullshit. I was like, listen to a podcast next week. Okay.
We promised you a segment.
Right.
Like I
so
told you,
what I learned from your tiny desk yoga moment, that the fire alarm went off, right? And y'all had to leave.
That's a different issue.
But still.
Yeah.
But y'all were in the middle of yoga when that happened. Was it or
desk
not?
yoga.
Okay.
Desk yoga.
I'm sorry. Tiny desk yoga.
What is tiny desk?
So basically, the premise here is you spend a lot of time on your desk, right? And you're not really moving a lot. You know, you end up feeling cramped sometimes. That's why people like get different chairs and stuff.
Yeah.
So the idea is, hey, these are different exercises you can do while you are at your desk that will, you know, help you feel limber.
In no way I'm money.
Do you remember?
No way it's on money.
No,
Do you remember any of them?
Authentic, important things that we need to do in the office.
I remember
not a money grab.
One of them, I think.
One.
Yeah.
Which was?
It was like you need to kind of like really stretch your feet out and then ball your neck down and like hold that position for a few seconds.
When the fire alarm went off, were you on all fours, ass up?
I was on. Okay.
Say the truth.
For the record.
Were you, sir?
Why do you think the alarm went off? What are you talking about?
Too spicy? Too hot?
The sense is just gonna have that. Okay.
I'm sorry, I mean downward dog.
Yeah.
Were you in downward dog?
For the record,
when the alarm went off?
There was no dogs involved in this yoga session. Okay.
So you know exactly what I mean.
All of the
all the dogs
techniques, all of the different techniques used, okay, required you to stay on your desk chair.
Nice.
You know,
and did you have background music of like some bells? Bells and chimes, and then Nelly just comes in like, so hot. Was that what's happening? Yeah.
That's actually a very pertinent detail, Turks.
Oh my
Because
God.
believe it or not, yes, there was background music of bells and chimes.
Of course.
And the wind, you know.
And the wind.
Yeah,
I'm sure the wind was coming from the speakers.
the instructor in this particular case had a little speaker that he used to kind of set.
Was it like
Was it a
voice?
boombox? Was it a boombox?
It's like a tiny boombox, you know. Like,
What was the color?
Where was the
it
mic?
was black.
Where was the mic? Please tell me it was a headset.
What do you mean?
Tell me when he was talking. How was he talking to the speaker?
He
You
had,
idiot.
he had a microphone.
In his hand.
Yeah.
So he was a hype man also.
I mean, he was guiding you through.
Downward dog. Ass up, ass up.
It wasn't.
Set your feet. Touch the ground.
It wasn't that loud, Adil. It wasn't.
Was
loud.
it?
It was efficient in order to capture a segment of the office at a time. So
So it was face down, ass up. It was smooth like that.
those terms were not
Face
used
down,
in this
ass
particular exercise. Adil.
Shamsi, sir, in the back.
You know what? You know what?
The guy with the fro.
I will
Hey, stop
definitely.
twerking. Stop twerking.
Okay, that's not yoga. Okay.
That's what they told you.
No, that's not yoga.
Hey, the guy in the back
And you
with the Lego hair. Okay. Stop
Lego hair.
twerking.
I think I had my,
That's not yoga, sir.
I think I had my schmag on, actually.
Sure you did.
Yeah. But,
Face down, ass up, shemag on. That's commitment.
That's an image I'm sure you would like, Adil. But no, unfortunately I must burst that bubble. But shuf, honestly, for the 10-15 minutes it lasted, I ended up feeling a lot better for the next 30 minutes until the fire alarm rang. So yeah, it did help, it did help.
Oh my God.
So-
Shout out to you for the quick money, for the quick, what's the name? Mental health, I don't know what you're going to call it.
It's a way to bring wellness into the office.
Bro, I would bring wellness for 15 minutes to every office.
Yeah, I'm just saying, bro.
First off, I should do that also. I should be the opposite of the yoga and mindfulness. Okay,
The hateness man.
exactly. If sales
Bring
numbers
the
are down,
hateness man.
if the sales numbers are down, call me up.
Okay.
Let me come in and give me everyone's data. Let me see what everyone's doing. I guarantee you a change in behavior.
I feel like there's different, opportunities for these roles in offices. Like we could get a roaster, right? Like someone who just roasts people to build up their confidence.
Look, I charge 120K for 15 minutes. So I'm willing to come in and just give you out pure hate and tell you why you're such
if
a
y'all
failure.
want a professional hater, like he's
Exactly.
right, he's right there, He literally gets paid to do this.
Also, I came to the conclusion that me and Shamsi cannot hang out in public anymore.
Also,
Oh, well, you weren't with us because you were a loser.
Because I don't hang out with Shamsi in public anymore.
That's a good point. You know what? You're the winner in this situation.
Told you.
It is my problem, my fault.
okay, go on. Like the public events that you go to, I don't even want to go to, my guy.
You could have fight it.
No, you went
Yeah.
always watching tennis and shit. Like I don't
Tennis
want
is fun.
do that.
What are you talking about?
Okay.
Not the good.
Forget my story for a second. When did you go to tennis?
I went to the finals. I get to
On Thursday, was it?
No, I get to Saudi Open Wednesday.
Wednesday?
Yeah.
Who was playing?
What was it? Saudi Games. It was the
I'm waiting.
the men's finals were the
Two dudes?
brothers. It was
Between male competitor number one,
I forgot their names. I forgot their names.
number
But
two.
They came in with rackets and balls.
Uh-huh.
they
Plenty of
both,
balls,
they
plenty of
both play
rackets.
for Tihad. I completely forgot their
Good,
names.
good.
But it was some anime shit. The bigger brother whooped the his little brother.
Rightfully so.
6-0 the first set.
Rightfully so.
Second set was 6-1. He just gave him one kill.
Rightfully so. That's what big brothers do. Respect.
And yeah, he got the gold.
Respect.
Bravo
Stand
Turks for supporting local sports.
Of course. course.
and expanding your sporting horizons.
Diamond,
Yeah.
Did you give them a lot of
Oh,
Were you watching?
I mean, a lot.
Oh,
Yeah, it was very awkward.
Were you on your knees?
was- What?
No.
Don't try. Don't try.
You don't know tennis.
We will take you back to Tiny Desk Yoga. All right, don't try.
We're done with that.
No, we're not.
How do you watch tennis? What's
I don't.
happening?
He just grunts at home.
With my
What's the
eyes.
brightness down? Just keeps the audio. That's good.
I just like to hear the thwack of the ball. Yeah.
Shamsi, what are you doing? Nothing. Nothing. Anyway. Again, this is another reason why we should all hang out.
Yeah.
So last weekend, we were invited to Nuun Jewels.
Mm-hmm.
Her Royal Highness Princess Noor Faisal invited us to come and see her new jewelry design collection, which was out of this world. And in that moment, I knew me and you going to that place is a problem. I have some things that I cannot mention on the podcast because I hate you so much.
Okay.
Your friend,
He was there?
sadly,
How many times did he say, ooh, shiny?
A lot.
Like,
Jay is looking at something and he's like, if I were you, I'd buy that. Sir, mind your business. Hey, it looks so beautiful on you. I should buy that.
I mean, I'm just being a good friend. I'm looking out for.
It's investment year. It's not purchase year, Shamsi. It's investment year. Purchase year is next year.
See, I didn't know that, bro.
You did know that.
These are the things that we should talk about.
Do you know what kills me? He's staring me dead in the eye while saying it. He's like, it's so beautiful, Ad. You should buy that.
Don't you agree? And honestly, Turks, it really was.
It was beautiful.
It really was.
It was beautiful.
It really was.
Of course it was.
Like I wasn't, but and then there was a price tag involved, and then I walked away from that conversation because.
So you said that before looking at the price tag.
There was. It was a number.
Before he saw the jewelry.
It was that you thought it was like a phone number.
No, it was
phone number.
something like that.
Yeah.
It deserves to be a phone number.
It does. It does. It actually does.
Shout out to Her Royal Highness. She is an amazing jewelry designer.
Amen.
We always saw the pictures on Nuun Jewels, but now we get to see her actually. The last thing that she did was the bags, and now this one, and the level and detail is just amazing.
It's incredibly, it's incredibly well thought. That's the thing that really approached me, and the difference in the colors and the types of jewels that were used showed you that the attention to detail is just someone who put a lot of love into it.
Yeah, but the project name, by the way, she told me this. I'm not supposed to tell you, but she said it was called My Lovely Feathers when she was working on it because she was so in love with those feathers.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Her Royal Highness.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get a phone call for that. I'm gonna get a phone call for that.
But see, Turks, you miss out on pretty things. You should come out with us more
earrings,
often,
the earrings are like feathers, right?
Yeah.
So it's made out of titanium. There's a bunch of diamonds and jewels on a bunch of them. There's a whole fleet.
I saw the videos. It looked beautiful.
It's gorgeous as
I
hell,
can't imagine how
right?
they look in real life.
So the feathers, I got a video here, but I can't share
they're
it
like
with y'all.
individually,
They're
crafted and like they move, on their own equally.
exactly. Everything
I
has
saw that.
everything has a mechanism to it to make it function. And like she was giving us the full breakdown, like how long it took for her to design it, and how long for it to manufacture it. It was over like 2 years. And a lot, because working with titanium is difficult. And so the level of craftsmanship is just amazing.
Gorgeous.
Man, this woman, mashallah, bro. Whenever she you see with Adlal, you see with Arts of Heritage, you see with her own lines, and it's so gorgeous, man. Even the one, the red jewel with the what's the name? It looked like a leaf.
Yes.
Gorgeous. It was amazing. It was amazing. Shout out to Her Royal Highness. It was a lot of good people there.
It was a good time going out.
It was a good time. It was enjoyed it.
Weather's getting better.
Got to see her. The weather was getting better.
Yeah.
Oh, is that outdoor?
Yeah, no, it was indoor.
Okay.
It was in
It was
Kaf.
in Kaft.
Nice.
I know she had a hectic schedule that day. And for her to be there and just, do all the interviews. I walked in, she's doing an interview. I was about to jump in front of the camera.
Not the right time, Ad. Not the right time.
She's
to
going to
make an
elbow the hell
introduction,
out
no.
of me, bro. I was like, let me get out of here. But yeah, it was, thank you for inviting us. We appreciate
Yes,
you. You're
definitely.
amazing. Everyone go check out Nuun Jewels on Instagram or Google it. Nuun. It's amazing. It's beautiful. Hopefully, y'all leave some for us.
I mean, I told you, Ad, you should have picked it up before the masses.
Sir, would you shut the fuck up? Sir, what's wrong with you?
I'm just letting you know.
Investment year, Shamsi. Investment year.
I'm just
I need
saying,
a couple of months. Investment year, Shamsi.
I'm just saying, Ad, some things are can be.
You
missed.
know, dunya the water, right?
Okay.
The time will come.
Yeah.
And I will be at Tiffany's.
I really hope not. I really hope not, Adil. I really, really, genuinely hope not.
I will take a full video of Tiffany's. Yo, you should buy that, Shamsi. She deserves that, Shamsi. Don't you love her, Shamsi?
Let's make sure we don't do that mishwara together.
Definitely. And yeah, so when we were there, me and him, every time we talk to people, because there's a lot of layups of jokes that we do that people just do not understand that it's happening.
Yeah.
But I understand, and I just have to hold my laugh talking to people.
That's why it's fun to go out, bro.
Yeah, that's a problem, because you know me, I'm just going to throw it real quick. And nobody's
going to pick it up except me.
Do you see this? Do you see this? Yeah. Anyway, never going out with you again.
I look forward to the next time.
Wise choices.
I know. Anyway, great birthday party, by the way.
Thank you.
Birthday gathering, by the way.
Thank you.
Enjoyed it. It was good coming and seeing you. And enjoying your, I don't really give two shits out, to be honest, bro. Like, I just don't care.
Yeah, you just shot up to give me some little bit of hate.
I just came to see you. I'm out. So that was about it.
Thank you for the hate. Thank you for the hate.
Who cares? Anyway, what do y'all want to talk about? Again, I have a bunch of topics.
Tesla. What's going on with Tesla? Was there a Tesla thing?
Y'all want to talk about Tesla, the robot? Or
the robot.
Or the RoboTaxi?
Okay.
What? Wait.
It was 2 announcements in one.
Which is more?
I only heard about the robot.
The robot we've heard about before. This is the advanced
This is
version.
the fake advanced version of
the
it.
fake advanced? Why is it fake?
Sir. So when they announced it and they brought all of them out and stuff like that, everyone was like, yo, look at it. It's amazing. It's walking. It's functioning. It's, by itself.
It's conversational.
The conversation part was too realistic for it to be.
Is
Too
it
realistic?
Yeah.
Is it?
Well,
I've seen AI do it on the Gemini and those guys, but
Okay.
the robot can't do that.
So
can't just-
what is Tesla's AI?
I have no idea.
Since he has a problem with ChatGPT and he doesn't deal with them anymore.
he doesn't use OpenAI.
Of course not.
Because-
he came out and said, yo, this is evil.
This is evil.
Yes.
Well, honestly, I think if you integrate that with
Elon is saying this is evil
Yes,
about
sir.
something.
Elon, the man that wants to take over the world and go to Mars. No, but I think if he integrates that, it makes it much more.
Yes, but the product wasn't the finished product. It was a marketing stunt.
It is what's the function of the robot? Is it a industrial thing?
You want me to tell you what Elon said?
Yeah.
It could be your friend.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I want.
You lonely ass bastard.
a friend that can purchase for $4.99.
Hey loser! Hey loser!
Yeah.
No human likes you. He's a robot.
Okay.
He'll be your friend.
See, Adil, why not? Why not?
Number one is not here. If number one was here, he'll relate.
Yeah.
I mean,
he
he's a
put a
supportive
down
friend.
payment. I know that.
He can go with you everywhere you want. He can have the same interests as you. He can say yes to all of your desires.
Have a child, except the desires part,
I mean,
because that's nasty.
I'm just saying. I desire to go to McDonald's. Let's go.
Go, you go.
So what's the AI?
It's again. It was.
Nobody knows.
Some
We don't know?
janky ass.
It sounded like someone is on the other end with a microphone talking.
Or is it a man behind the curtain?
Yes, 100%. First off, how do you have like 5 different robots with 5 different voices?
Does it have a face?
No, it doesn't.
No.
Does it have a face?
No, it doesn't.
Does it have a head?
Hey,
Yes.
you are a nasty.
No,
person.
I'm just asking, bro.
You are a nasty person.
I'm
Put it out there. You are
I need to
nasty.
talk to something, right?
Sure.
Talk.
No,
Yeah.
no. I need to have something that I look at while I'm speaking.
Yeah.
While you lube it, you can have a conversation with it.
As I guide it and I direct it to go about its
bet you do.
duties,
No. Stop with
No,
the
but
bullshit.
if you're telling me it could be my friend,
Pause all of that.
Yeah.
All of that.
if you're telling me it could be my friend, then you're telling me this is the kind of robot I keep at home.
Locked in the bedroom, Shamsi?
So you lock your friends at home.
No, like
Yeah, that's why you have no friends.
it's gonna make me.
That's why you have no
It's gonna
friends.
make me coffee. It's gonna
You're a
make me
good friend.
breakfast.
Click, click, click.
Just unplugs it while going out. So you don't go anywhere.
Wait, visit.
Okay, first off, I think you're
مشكلة
mistaking.
السلك
There's
طبعا.
a difference between a hostage and a friend.
لا دقيقة.
You're talking about hostages here.
No, I am talking, and I'm talking about a mechanical servant.
Mechanical servant
That's what I'm
that
talking about.
serves my needs.
Yes.
My emotional needs.
That's a part of it. That's a part of it, dude. No, sometimes
Sometimes what?
I just want to have a conversation.
That is so sad. That is so sad. Shamsi.
You are so
What if it's
lonely.
4 a.m., bro? And I want someone to
Get
talk.
married, yo. Just get fucking married.
No, I don't want someone who's gonna judge me.
Yo, this is nasty.
No.
Nasty, man.
No, for real.
Oh my
That's
God.
bad. I think a part of the function of this robot should be to emotionally support you, right?
How?
أعطى منديل. ما أدري, bro. It should be like a therapist software built in or some shit.
How is it gonna?
It's gotta have different plugins, right? I want like a joke software. I want a cooking software.
You are gonna fall in love with a robot. I know that. Fact.
What else do I want? A fact checker, software. So whenever someone says something wrong, fact check the shit out of that. I'm expecting this robot to be functional.
You are going to abuse that robot.
What are you talking about? That's
Skynet is going to have it because of you.
Okay, that's going to be the first robot with a GIMP mask. I know that for a fact. Yeah.
Well, if it does have a face, Turks, if it does have a face, even if I want to do it. No, but again, like I'm thinking this robot in order for it to...
See, that was your problem. You were thinking.
Sure, bro, thinking about the future, right?
Don't.
It needs to have a face that can emote. It needs to show emotion on the face.
Like
could be a screen. Could be a screen. It doesn't have to be like a,
Why? I don't know, my question is why.
Why not?
Why yes?
To make it friendlier, more approachable.
It's a robot.
You're supposed to know that it's a robot. It's there to do tasks. It's supposed to service your needs.
Yeah, but there's sometimes I want to play pretend dad.
No, we gotta stop. That's it. Hey, thank you for joining, Pastor. That's your boy, Adit. We appreciate you for being here.
I need to suspend.
Nasty man is being too nasty.
I need to suspend belief sometimes.
I was offside, by the way.
Yeah, no, هذا هو. عرفت إنه that I actually have.
You're the kind of guy that buys the toaster with the screen that does smiles and everything.
I don't get the fridge that needs to be connected to the internet. I don't get that.
Why not?
Oh, but you get some random robot just connected to the internet with arms and legs while chasing you down.
في Wi-Fi. لا مشكلة في Wi-Fi.
Would you expect?
I don't want to talk to other robots.
How is it gonna fact check?
لا تفضحنا.
This me and you, robot.
أجيب له iPad.
It is an iPad.
No, but that's the thing. I don't want it to communicate with other robots to compare behavior.
I could totally imagine Shamsi buying it toys. I can imagine Shamsi. Here, play with this.
شو أجيب له
Scratching post. Yeah.
No, but see, that's the thing. When you talk to I've been seeing people post stuff on my Instagram having some real deep philosophical conversations with
and this was yours?
ChatGPT, and I understand why Elon wouldn't want that shit to be plugged in, because that shit, can really it's having way too much conversation with people,
What do you mean doesn't want to be plugged in?
He doesn't want the OpenAI ChatGPT software to be plugged into.
Yeah, because he's gonna be building his own.
Because that is Twitter. That is Skynet in a sense,
He's making his own.
He's already made his own. It's already on Twitter. What's it called? I don't know, GIMP or something. I have no idea what it's called.
It's janky.
Or Gonk or some shit like that. I'm not joking. That's what it's called.
It's probably janky,
Yeah, that's why the whole event was janky. Everyone that attended it came out like, yo, this is no way in hell real.
Every Tesla event is janky, to be honest.
No, but see,
it was a beautiful marketing stunt, right? He took you to a Hollywood, I think Universal Studios, right? He took this whole thing, created a fake city for you, and then he had the robots walk around, the cars moving a certain pattern. So yeah, I'm not joking.
Yeah, they had cowboy hats on.
Yeah, they're just walking randomly around.
Okay, so this is
with handlers, of course.
Very Westworldy. Right
exactly.
Now. Yeah. Okay.
So he sold you an image of what it could look like in the future, but is it anywhere near that? No way.
What's anywhere near that? What's the time scale here? 10 years?
Look,
it's 10 years. I can imagine this shit being functional.
You say that, okay? We've been saying that for the last 20 years that we should have robots. Anyway, we'll get to why it's nowhere near it when we talk about China. But we need to do the RoboTaxi, then we get to China, because it's important to get to China.
Okay, so I imagine the RoboTaxi is much easier to implement.
It's just like a regular Tesla car, right? It looks different. It's a 2-seater. Doors go up, so you can say "ooh," right?
Ooh.
And thank you. So the idea is that these are going to be for like $30,000.
Okay.
They have no steering wheel. You have nothing to control. You order with an app. You jump in, takes you to the destination, and you get out.
Okay.
That's it.
Someone else did that.
Waymo's doing that, and so many other companies are doing that.
When you say it's going to cost $30,000, they're selling this to who?
Fleets, basically.
Okay. To companies.
Yeah.
Okay. And cities, are these going to be regulated by the cities? Is this a federally, how does this work?
All of that was not discussed. But you can imagine that they want to do that, right? Also,
I can imagine
the
going
team
to Mars.
in Croatia, Rimac. Rimac also made one similar.
Beautiful car.
But so you need to understand, all of Tesla's self-driving relies on cameras. Waymo and Rimac and all these other companies, right? They are focusing more on LiDAR, which Elon Musk got on stage, he's like, yo, it's bullshit. It's not worth it. The cost is too much for it and all that stuff, right?
It's like short range radar. Basically.
Exactly.
Okay.
So they're trying to be precise for it to be in, basically inside cities where there's a lot of pedestrians. And Elon Musk, the cameras will be good enough for everything. So it's a two different way of thinking, right? Now, he introduced that. He also introduced the RoboTaxi bus.
I think that's the one I saw the image of.
Yeah, it's like a big bus.
Big
It
one.
holds like 15 people or something.
Very dystopian.
Right. So the reason I tell you we need to get to China is because that bus already exists in Chinese cities and it's functional without any driver, without anything.
China has robot buses.
Yes, from a long time ago,
What
for
the
like
fuck?
2, 3, 4 years.
Why does China have robot buses?
They've been leading this whole AI and electrification of vehicles more than the States and everybody else.
But is it legal in China
Yes, it's legal.
for AI cars
Yes.
to drive around?
They don't have AI cars yet, but they have buses that are AI that's already been approved by the city. It's already functional.
Interesting.
They just jump in, takes you somewhere, you jump off.
Why is this not everywhere in the world?
Because, of course, someone doesn't like China. They want to say, oh, we're the number one. We have all the technologies. And they're blocking China's media from saying anything.
Whoever could it be? Okay, we're talking about the US.
Yeah, of course, the U.S. Who else?
So, if this technology exists in China, why doesn't it exist in the US? How is
Because
China?
you're not allowed to buy any Chinese technology and bring it to the U.S., sir.
That's one problem.
That's why Chinese cars are not being sold in the U.S.
That's one problem.
That's
But the other
two
problem,
problems out there.
yeah, okay. But why aren't US companies doing this? Why is Tesla just now coming out with something that China did 2 years ago?
That's a Tesla thing to ask them.
What I'm saying is there's no other commercial appeal for other companies to do this.
So, in terms of buses,
That sounds like a good idea.
there's been every single year you'll get 2 or 3 pictures of a new company saying, "Yo, we have this,
The super bus.
autonomous bus that can drive itself and do everything by itself." You always see it, but it was never approved by any city to have it on.
Because it was never good enough.
I don't know, or maybe they just didn't want to take the risk with it.
Interesting. So are we thinking that Tesla is just hyping, marketing bullshit, all of this? Or
Yeah,
is this
as
actually going to
always.
come to life?
They can make it come to life because it already exists. So they already have proof that it can work.
Mm.
And Tesla does sell in China, by the way.
What do you think the time scale is?
I don't know, and I don't care. To be very honest.
Isn't this going to... No, but see, we're looking at it in terms of this is changing the way cities work, right? In some way, shape, or form. You're relying less on people. You're relying more on technology was going to make things more efficient.
Yeah, we say that. And we've been saying that for so many years, but we also kept saying that cities are not built for that.
Well, that's the problem. We're already living in the cities, so...
In LA, you can't jaywalk. In New York, you can, which is basically crossing the street, Did I just blow my phone up? Anyway, so in New York, just a random autonomous car is going to be just cruising by. What's going to happen? What do you think is going to happen?
Well, isn't this where the LiDAR comes into play?
Well, Tesla doesn't have radar. It relies on camera and sensors.
Again, it's the same idea.
And a bicycle comes out of the corner going out quick. Those are the difficulties with dealing with cities. And this is the problem that everybody has. Okay, fine, you can do this, but it's not going to be the same as human reaction time. Because humans will know that in the corner there's someone walking over there. He might make it at that time over there. This one's going to rely when it's there for it to react.
So we're talking about complex systems here.
Yes.
Talk about the city is a very complex system with a lot of moving elements and moving parts that
on
the
highways,
average car cannot
it'll
just
be perfect.
detect.
On highways, it'll be perfect. It's just a long road taking you from point A to point B. But going inside a city, like think of Manhattan. Don't even think of Manhattan. Think of Riyadh.
I am thinking of Riyadh. I'm thinking how
think of the million constructions that we have and the rerouting of streets.
I'm thinking, how can I really ease this strain on cities when it comes to cars? And I think if you have a lot of these robot cars going on, then you might have a smoother flow of traffic, because they're all programmed to move in a certain way. That's how I'm thinking.
Yeah, but you're still going to have stop and start. If it's a taxi, it's going to have to stop somewhere to drop someone off.
So we're talking about redesigning the entire way people move.
Yeah,
basically.
exactly. And again, that was awesome from Elon to show us what it could be, but it already exists.
So nothing new here.
Absolutely nothing new. And we'll see what the people who attended and the general public everybody calls bullshit. Even Tesla stock got hit right after that announcement. Because everyone's like, yo, like, don't play with us.
Like, there's not...
don't play with us.
But you are, at the end of the day, a car company. You are trying to innovate. And this is...
it's no longer a car company now.
Obviously, since you're selling robots.
Exactly. We are more than just cars.
A lifestyle technology company.
Anyway.
Other news.
That was Tesla. And other than Tesla, we continue with Elon Musk to talk about SpaceX.
Now, that was a success.
That was magnificent. That was amazing.
We are talking about the first ever rocket to be launched and returned to Earth using boosters, correct?
No, he already did that multiple times. This time he's using it with his big rocket that was supposed to go to Mars. So they launched with 36 engines. Right?
36.
Say that again. 36.
36 engines.
36 boosters, basically. Yes.
And on return, they came back with 3 and landed on 2 chopsticks hanging in the air. We
will repeat that.
I think this software...
This is a rocket that went all the way to space, and then it came back from space using computers, and remote controls,
No, there's no remote control.
To basically land on a platform. The level of technological mastery that,
They did it before, but landing it hanging in the air on 2 sticks.
Those sticks that doesn't make sense. Structurally, it doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense.
So really,
I looked at this video. They showed me every single angle. The front of the rocket is just hanging in the air. So all the weight is on the back. It's just mind-blowing. The software on that one was ridiculous. You actually got to see tech in real life just functioning by itself. Now, the question
future
is,
tech, literally future tech.
Why was this important? This is something that I learned later on. Is because the mission to Mars is going to require, I think, 3 rockets. The first one is going to launch, right? And it's going to have the Starship on top of it. Then it's going to separate and come back. The Starship is going to go toward Mars. Right after the launch of the first one, there's going to be a second rocket with another booster on top of it that they're going to shoot into space. It's going to connect
with the Starship.
Exactly. It's going to fill it up with fuel. It's going to boost it, right? It's going to come back also. So you're going to have 3 rockets, 3 boosters that are going to come back on its own. That Starship will get to Mars, and apparently it's going to refill up Mars. There was a breakdown for it. Don't ask me.
The fuck?
Right? And then come back to Earth.
What does the third rocket do? First rocket launches it. Second rocket
has another booster on top of it.
Yeah.
Sends one booster to connect to it.
Okay.
That one comes back. The one that connected fills it up with fuel, then comes back also.
Comes back.
Yes.
So that's the third one. That's crazy.
The whole idea of what's going on over there is just wild.
Space.
Exploration.
No, but
final frontier.
This is not. But when you think about us pushing the technology envelope, that's one key area where you're seeing that progress. Like these are things. These were ideas that we had that a lot of people didn't even have 20 years ago. Like how to make this, space travel actually commercialized. How to make it more efficient. How to actually make it more plausible to execute.
He sent a building into space and brought it back to hang on a bunch of chopsticks. That is crazy.
That is stupid.
That is crazy.
And that's why I think when he does that stuff, that I do believe that you can actually do something with these robots.
Yeah, but those are two different.
I do understand. But anyway, again, we are talking about rocket science. The man has cracked rocket science.
If you look at the image of the first Raptor engine and then the third variation, it's night and day of how technologically advanced they are. Right? But when it comes to dealing with all of society and having all the humans come together and say, we accept this new thing, that is very difficult. Because it requires a change of way in life.
I think the difference between this and that is, at least with rocket science, as complex as it is, it's a technology that we've had for almost a good 100 years now. Like, and the ideas are the same. Put fuel, fuel goes up. But when it comes to robots, no, we're talking about, as you mentioned, like a reorganizing of the social sphere. In a sense,
you can do it in Neom because it's a new city. But doing it in existing cities, that's going to require a lot of hard work and a lot of changes.
They took our jobs. That's the problem, right?
They've been taking them jobs.
They've been taking our jobs.
Anyway, amazing, awesome, crazy, wow.
Future.
Yay.
No, but this is cool stuff. Actually, this is really cool stuff on both ends, whether it's the robots or the space.
You want to talk about fuel and F1 since we're talking about cool stuff? Since we're talking about innovation and stuff. So apparently F1 is not going to be using synthetic fuels for the future engines.
Oh no.
They're supposed to move away from oil and carbon and so on.
Okay, wait.
Guess what they're using?
Grass.
No, food.
Okay.
They're using water.
Water?
What?
That's even weirder.
No,
Wait.
They're making their own synthetic real fuel.
Synthetic
they're gonna take
fuel.
real?
Okay, this trademarked?
Though, so there you go. I think so.
Yeah.
So what they're gonna do is they're gonna take water, they're gonna use solar power to separate the hydrogen and oxygen, right?
Okay.
And they're gonna take carbon from the air.
Okay.
It's similar to what Porsche has been doing somewhere in South America.
Go on.
Wasn't it
go
Toyota?
on.
That
So
was
basically-
done?
It was Porsche.
It was
So basically, they're gonna have
Hydrogen is water. It's not gonna run on water.
Yeah.
They're basically creating the fuel that we already have with less carbon.
How?
Exactly. That's exactly what they worked on. That's innovation.
so
Interesting.
So,
I'm giving you like a layman's term for it. Like, there's a whole
yeah,
breakdown of the whole
so when
thing.
you tell
I'm
me
pretty sure it is.
when you tell me they're grabbing
Water,
carbon,
فك carbon ركب مدير.
hey, when you're telling me they're getting carbon from the air, we're talking about the exhausts.
No, just the air.
Okay, لا بس we're talking about there's a mechanism that leads this into the engine.
It's called a fan.
There we go.
No. They're gonna do it outside in a plant,
Okay.
and then turn it.
I thought it was happening in the car.
No, it's not.
Okay.
Yeah. Create your own fuel and go. No.
Fuel on the go. Just add water.
Yeah.
Yo, that's crazy.
Yo, you need a robot friend.
That's sick.
So we don't have to hear this shit.
They can fact check,
Yo, man, that was so dope. I hate you, bro.
So, but that's gonna be. Is that more environmentally at least?
Yes, it is, sir.
Is it going to require
How do
any
you-
changes to the engine?
No,
It's the same engine.
that's literally the reason why they're doing that.
Ridiculous.
So you don't have to rebuild a whole design of a new engine.
Is that going to change the entire world?
We do not know yet. We do not know yet. So those are
Very
things that,
How expensive is it to
Very
create that
expensive. I'm guessing.
we need to ask Aramco. Aramco does all this R&D.
fuel? صح.
Oh, so this is an Aramco.
I do not know, but I know that Aramco has been working on synthetic fuels with Formula One for a while now. That's why they're like a big partner of F1.
Interesting.
What do you guys want to talk about? Talk about Thmanyah subscription thing.
What's that?
So
More innovation.
What?
yeah, so
Yes,
I gave you the post.
Wait, did they come out with their own app or something like that? Or
That was a while ago.
Yes, no, that was the Radio Thmanyah one, which is it was basically fetching what's the name podcast.
okay,
It wasn't like but they're starting their own subscription service. It didn't say how much.
Thmanyah Plus
Actually, it does. It's 19 riyal a month.
okay.
for
Is it extra content? Is it ad free? Is it?
You can find on their website.
it's a whole library.
You can remove music from the background. You can remove the silence from the background. You get extra.
What do you mean I can remove the silence on the back? What am I adding?
صوت مكيف.
No, bro.
So you can sleep
Some people
properly.
don't want to hear music in the background of the podcast.
Okay,
So you can.
remove that.
Remove the
Okay,
music.
that's,
Extra
Keep the
episodes.
silence. You can't remove silence.
that's what I'm thinking. What are you replacing the silence with? The sounds of gushing water?
I just want to tell you on the last point,
Yeah.
they said, ازرع شجرة كل شهر.
Oh.
Plant
no.
a tree every month.
Mhm.
Okay, so it's CSRE. No,
So 19 riyal a month plus 30 something for your Netflix plus 40 something for your Disney plus your Prime. What else? The subscriptions do you have? Oh, your Apple Music or your Spotify,
Your Apple TV.
your Apple TV,
Your Amazon Prime.
and you're asking me to pay 19 riyal for extra content from Thmanyah?
well, it depends. Are you a big Thmanyah listener? Are you interested in the different offerings of Thmanyah? That's the question. Ian.
I'm asking you.
If
Is it basically a Patreon?
Basically, it's a Patreon.
Okay.
Like I don't go outside and say that,
Okay.
but it's basically a Patreon.
Interesting.
Look, a lot of people are annoyed by it. A lot of people, and look, podcasts have been trying to do this for a long time. They do your Patreon, exclusive episodes and so on. Pay $5 a month, whatever.
Pay
right?
whatever you want. Yeah.
Some of them are pay whatever you want.
Yeah.
So they always had that going on for them, right?
extra ways of monetizing?
Exactly. A lot of people who I was talking to were kind of annoyed by the whole thing. Like, yo, why am I paying subscription for Thmanyah for interviews? Like, I'm not getting original content. I'm getting just interviews.
Are
Right?
they paywalling some of their top content behind?
I do not know.
That would
Most
be
likely.
annoying. Yeah.
Most likely, it'd be like, yo, it drops here, then later on, it drops over there in a month or two or something.
Yeah.
Right? But still, I can wait a month or two.
But unless
You're not giving me something that I need to see today that's going to help me today. You're giving me an interview that I can go back to anytime I want.
But see, there's a question. If they start using this as a model to only, like if there's going to be exclusive premium only content, that makes sense. Would you
That's the Patreon.
That's the Patreon model.
Yeah.
No, but the Patreon model is like behind the scenes, more like extra.
No. It's regular
Exclusive
episodes.
content.
Yes, this is just for y'all paying customers.
Yeah. A lot of podcasts that I listen to have record 2 episodes a week. One of them goes on like the public, and the other is Patreon exclusive.
The spicy ones are on Patreon.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Are you guys subscribed to any?
No.
Y'all don't like spicy.
No, it's not like you need help. Pause, bro. Yo, pause that sound also.
Dude, no. Now Shamsi knows that there's spicy content on Patreon.
It's over.
Let's see next week what happens.
It's just like his whole SMS from Bank of France is gonna be $5.
Listen, I'm all about sport.
Another one, thank you.
I'm all about supporting creators, Adil. That's
I know. I've been seeing you on OnlyFans supporting a lot of creators.
Direct purchase, direct support. Actually,
very creative.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Anyway, I personally think that Thmanyah doesn't want to do this. I could be absolutely wrong.
You think so?
But I look at it as they have no other choice. They have to do this.
In order to remain sustainable.
You got 51% of your company sold to SRMG for 33 point something million riyal.
Mm-hmm.
You think an episode on a bunch of YouTube is going to make me that money back?
Mm-mm.
Fair point.
I need to make my money back. So I need you to go down this route.
And to come up with a revenue model.
Exactly. I need to make money. I need to be sustainable. I put 33 million. I want to see my investments go somewhere where this company becomes profitable. So make all the differences. Like, this is not like genius. This is not out of the blue. This is not thinking outside the box. This is what podcasters have been doing. They've been doing this for a good 10 years now.
Has it been working?
If your podcast is good enough, it will.
Yeah, there's a very few podcasts I can think of that can.
It's not what makes them sustainable.
Yeah.
All podcasts are sustainable on what?
Ads.
Exactly.
And Thmanyah has ads, I'm guessing.
Thmanyah has ads.
Okay.
The same companies I've seen for the last 3 years. But again, that's not the point.
Still ads.
Still ads. Coffee and real estate.
Which are too important.
Yeah. That's the most Saudi thing ever. Yeah, coffee and real estate. That's what we do.
You need to stay up and you need to find a house.
Get on up.
ودور في الشوارع.
So I think I don't know.
And I'm just thinking in terms of as an average consumer, what change will this add to me? If I'm still watching my regular podcast and I'm still getting the regular content that I always get for free, why would I pay for this? That's the only thing I'm thinking about.
You get to plant a tree every time you subscribe. Shamsi. You don't like planting trees, sir? الرياض خضراء يا شمسي. Are you down with the movement?
I love planting trees, actually. But I think there's more efficient.
Saudi is green.
Yeah, I think there's more efficient ways of doing that. Yeah, I don't know. So
19 riyal, you get a tree every single month, son.
I'll just go buy seeds. أطلع البر.
Can you name them?
That's why you don't have no trees.
Bismillah.
Why are you driving? Just throw it out the window.
Exactly.
With a closed bottle of water.
What'd you do today? Planted 5 trees.
handful
Handful of trees.
دول في واحد في الكرسي اللي ورا ماسك سبرينكلر عرفت؟
So you throw, he waters. Anyway, if y'all want to plant trees, go subscribe to Thmanyah.
I mean,
19 riyal a month.
No, if you want specialties, I guess
You get to turn off music.
Yeah, that's special, bro. That's special.
You're special.
You get to turn off silence. Wallah, you get to figure out how to do صوت مكيف على قولة Turks.
Oh, I think okay. So at the end of the website, it says if you subscribe now, if you're one of the early adopters,
you know, I'm all about that early adoption.
the 19 riyal monthly will not change until the end of 2025.
Until the end of 2025.
So expect something to change down the line.
بس شوف حط في بالك شغله ممكن يعني when something changes you get to plant 2 trees at once.
You put 40 but yeah 2 trees 2 trees. Just get the phone.
It's called value.
الو شامسي زيد 2 زيد 2 كل واحد في الليسته زيد 2.
It's called value for money, Adil. That's literally what that's called, bro. Saving the earth one subscription at a time.
If you subscribe to Pass the Kabsa, we will plant
No
hate
trees. We will plant no trees.
Every month we'll plant hate in your name.
We'll destroy someone's confidence for you. You know?
In your name.
Exactly. We will tear them apart. And have them in a blubbering mess.
And we're not gonna give you no bullshit pay 19 now and at the end of the year change the price on you. It's a straight up 500 from the beginning.
You want instant crying?
We're not gonna lie. It's 500 and you get free hate once a month.
Exactly.
If you renew,
It's time.
we'll hate you.
There is no unsubscribe button
Subscribe
here.
now.
ما عليك. Once you're in, you can't get out.
Oh my god. Content kings, yeah.
Wallah,
Content
services,
kings.
bro. Services. Talk about offering more for the
Planting
fans.
trees, taking money,
man.
exclusive content, no music.
ما عليك يا بعد, dude. It's what the fans want. Okay? This is a sign of
I know what killed me that
growing market.
what's the name of Abdurrahman, is it? The guy who runs Thmanyah
I think so.
and the founder, original founder. He put on Twitter, right? He put like this 2 pictures of like, you know, the reason we had to go. One of the reasons, like, you know, our content is so good that we need to put behind the paywall.
Like we realize we gotta get paid, y'all. Like y'all can't get this 5 for free. You know?
I'm like, all right, if you say so, good luck.
I mean, time will tell. Time will tell. The markets will tell that.
It's gonna be just an extra revenue for them. Podcasts on YouTube right here. YouTube is making the money. Ads making the money. So this one, if they get 30% of the people that actually go to their channel, go on this, it's a success for them.
عدد 19 ريال. يعني
For now, until 2025.
ترى أقل من قهوة واحدة يعني. والله. يعني لو سمحت يا عادل يعني أنت
فكر
فكر. أين القيمة؟ عرفت؟
في القهوة ولا في العلم؟
نعم شكرا. See, evolved man right here.
Oh my god. Wish them all the luck, man. They're a big company. We don't want to see them, you know, go through any hurdles or whatever. So Allah yafikum. They're the strongest.
I'm all for supporting new media, honestly, in different ways.
You are such a liar.
Wish you, I love.
No, you like for it to exist. You're not supporting. There's a difference.
من بعيد.
Exactly.
Good luck.
Allah yafikum. السلام عليكم.
أعطيهم شجرتين. عرفت؟
Oh my god. Anyway, after all the things.
Good.
You want to tell you about Putin?
Putin.
It's a quick one.
What's Putin doing?
So, what's the name?
Every time you say Putin, I hear like an evil sound in my head. Dun, dun, dun.
No. You can't
That's
talk
the problem,
about our boy
bro.
like that.
That's the problem with brainwashing, Adil. It
No.
works. Yeah, sometimes it works. So this is why I'm curious to fix my wrong
Brainwashing
perception.
materials.
Yeah, exactly. My wrong knowledge.
The Muppet, Hag Ukraine, what's his name? The dude with the weird name. Zelensky? There we go. So he was like, y'all, I need a peace deal as soon as possible, y'all. Yo, Trump is coming to office. I'm gonna get my ass whooped. This Democrats plan didn't work for shit, yo. I need a peace plan today. So they asked Putin, like, yo, where would you go for a peace plan? He was like, I'd be more than happy to go to Saudi. I like Saudi. They've been very kind to us. I have a good relationship with the king and the crown prince. And if I'm going to broker any peace deal with Ukraine, I'll do it in Saudi. It's the only place that I feel safe in.
Big words.
Shows you, son. Will you run this shit, son?
It shows you the stature of our place in the international arena.
We take diplomacy seriously.
We do.
We actually do. There's no denying that. And when everybody's calling out for war and death, we're calling out for everyone to just hold everyone down for a second until we figure out the right way to move all this forward. So as long as we stay that way, which has always been this way, to be honest, but it was never advertised to everybody. And الله يوفق الحكومة. What they're doing the last year, it's been actually the last 5-6 years, it's been wild.
And the way the world's been going, honestly, you need more of that responsible judgment, honestly.
I want to get to the Middle East, but we'll get back to that one for a minute, right? Because I have other things I want to finish up before we get to the Middle East and we bounce out of here and go to our lovely homes. We talked about, I want to talk about Riyadh Fashion Week.
Just happened. It's still going on.
I'm asking a question. Do y'all want to talk about Riyadh Fashion Week? All right, good.
See the barrel?
I saw the barrel.
The barrel was weird.
Look, this is all I'm going to say. I did not pay attention on purpose because I don't care at all in any way, shape, or form. And then people decided, yo, this is just like last year. I'm going to reach out to Ad and show him all the fuckery that's been going on. And he's going to put him on blast. I opened the messages. I viewed. I giggled. I moved forward. I don't care. I'm not your mouthpiece. Go take pictures, whoever you want to take pictures with. Go tell them how you really feel. Do not come to us. It's none of our business. We don't care. We could care less. I could give two shits. I don't care. Do you and let's do us. That's it. I don't care. I don't care enough to give you even any time. Anyway, that's how I feel. I'm not going to be no one's mouthpiece. If this is how you feel, go post it up. Go. You did this last year and you talked all this bullshit. You started taking pictures. Go. You do this on your own now. Don't wait on me. I'll be more than happy to highlight what you said. But you go say it. Do not come to me behind closed doors and say it. No, you go say it, and I'll be more than happy to highlight that you had some sort of thought on what's going on.
We do need that, actually.
Yeah, if not, don't come to me with your little cries. I could care less. I said it 2 episodes ago when I came back. I was like, yo, I don't care for y'all. and I'm saying it again, I don't.
And this is us restating that.
Exactly. Also, there was this fashion designer that saw me this week and ran away when she saw me, but it doesn't matter. We'll talk about that later on.
It's a different subject.
Yeah, off the podcast.
That's a different subject.
Off the podcast. Talk shit. Keyboard warriors when it comes to real life. Anyway. Can always be a keyboard. Anyway. Adidas, calf by calf. Have y'all seen it?
What?
I saw some of the pieces. Very colorful.
Yes.
I'm not sure where the collaboration came from or started from, but
has to do with the Saudi Fashion Commission. Remember they signed with Adidas, I think early this year or something like that. They made an announcement they could do something with Adidas.
Collaboration.
This is one of those things.
Okay.
Calf by calf and Adidas. A lot of people said it to me. A lot of people told me their thoughts. This one I will actually talk about because as someone that knows the background of what's happening in Adidas and inside Adidas itself and how it functions, it's very difficult to convince Adidas to do something like that.
The first thing I would say is it's nice to see a local brand actually managing to do a big drop with Adidas and giving it,
We had one before.
It's still nice to see,
Yeah.
So that's on one side. I don't know if it was all female collection or there's male.
No, it's unisex.
Okay.
Unisex is Shamsi is what you're going to do to that robot. So anyway.
No, fact check, sir.
I'll give you my point of view. I was invited to it thanks to our homie Rawan, but I couldn't make it because we were doing Nuun Jewels the same evening, and I don't want to go to calf twice. But I saw the Adidas calf by calf, and I think it's cool. I don't think it's bad. The styling was done by Cake. Pause. But
cake, the fruit, the treat.
Cake is a fruit, yeah.
Okay.
All I'm gonna say to the people that reached out to me, telling me, "Yo, look at this. This is very weird." I don't think you ever actually pay attention to Calf because I like that brand. I like the designer. I like what she does, and it was her putting her touch on Adidas material. And if you go look at her touch. You guys don't remember any piece from her before?
I'm trying.
I guarantee you. Okay, I'm gonna show you.
Probably.
Yeah. No. There's something. By the way, who's going to go?
Madrid, you guys.
I know it's Madrid. Who, son? Well, I'll find this.
No.
Do y'all remember the Saudi Cup?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do y'all remember this in the Saudi Cup?
Oh yeah. I remember this.
Ooh, yes.
Yes.
Nice.
That was her.
Okay, interesting.
Go to Instagram, calf by KAF by calf. Calf by calf. Again, check out her work and you get an understanding why it looked like that. You're actually going to have better appreciation for that. Because I actually appreciate this brand. Very out there, very loud, very different. Takes a lot of risk. Something that I can't say to a lot of people or for a lot of people. So if y'all don't like it, it's all good. We're gonna be out here. I'm gonna be out here supporting.
It's very out there.
Nonetheless,
I'll give you that. I'm looking at it right now.
It's still nice to see, like, being able to put your own touch on some classic, Adidas silhouettes, like being able to be in that.
I still believe that we're not at a place where Adidas will allow us to do whatever the hell we want. The same thing they do with Fear of God, same thing they do with Yeezy. And I think if they allow CAF to do what they want, I think we're really gonna have a good limited edition collaboration.
We're talking about going outside of the traditional boxes.
Exactly.
Of Adidas
Yo, give them the outline the same way you give everybody else the stripes, whatever, everything you need, but let them create the work.
Let them really go out there.
Exactly. And then we're going to have something different. This is a good step forward.
I think so too.
It's a good step forward. We're not going to get where we want to be without these kind of steps. So shout out to CAF by CAF. Shout out to everybody involved, except the Saudi Fashion Commission. I said it.
Shout out, honestly, to the original designs.
And say it again. Anyway, that was it for the Fashion Week. Nothing else. I'm done with it. Don't care. Anyway, off to other things.
What
else do we have? Oh, again. Okay, let's go back for a second to the Fashion Week. Because I was going to talk to you about LVMH purchasing Paris FC.
Which is a very, very interesting piece of news.
Okay.
So...
Go ahead.
Well, one of the things that we were talking about recently is how Paris is very unique in terms of it being a big city that only has one major big football team. When you look at all other cities in Europe, whether it's London, Berlin, Madrid, there's multiple football teams competing, and it's just a sign of, the way that football has been spread differently in France. It's much more a regional exercise than it is a metropolitan exercise. So. And that has been seized upon by Qatar when they purchased PSG. They realized, hey, Paris is a huge city, international destination, that this is a good vehicle for us to be able to market. So now more people are wising up to the idea that, hey, there's no other competitor for PSG. How can we really put one on the map and really have that rivalry start in Paris? And then LVMH apparently took the first step.
It's LVMH and Red Bull.
Which makes it even more interesting.
Yes.
Because you're looking at a French company that has that desire. I don't know whether it's to stay in French culture. Can I say French culture?
Louis Vuitton.
Or looking at it as a fashion vehicle.
Sponsored the Olympics. Do you remember that?
Recently.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Everything in the Olympics was by LVMH companies, right? So you have Louis Vuitton.
The French Olympics recently.
Yes. That's last summer, right? I forgot who made the torch. Basically all the companies under LVMH, which is Louis Vuitton, Christian Dior, Tiffany, like so many big brands, Chaumet, like all those brands worked on something. I think Chaumet was the ones that created the medals.
And that makes sense.
So you did that with the Olympics. You just signed I think $100 million deal with Formula One. You did release some Formula One Louis Vuitton collaborations. And now you're going into sports. So it seems like Louis Vuitton is taking a lot of turn toward sports because sports is really huge. And it's a big untapped market.
There's two ways of looking at this. A, the fact that they worked with Red Bull tells me that they're taking this very seriously because they looked at the Red Bull stable of clubs and they said, hey, these guys know how to build something from scratch. Red Bull has 2 clubs in Europe now that are among the more innovative teams in the scene. And B, they looked at the merchandising opportunity of what PSG has been able to tap into with Jordan, with using Nike, with Nike using the PSG brand to come up with these collaborations and saying, hey, we are LVMH. We know how to do this shit, right?
We really know how to do this.
And if football is now where fashion is trending to, which it is, like especially this year, there's a lot of football inspired, turns in different streetwear brands. But
that's true.
And say, hey, this is a good opportunity for me to start doing this now. And build this huge, merchandising empire for the future. I think it's clever, honestly. I think it's really clever.
I'm waiting for the day where our luxury brands figure out marketing and figure out storytelling. Because once they do that, they'll become really big brands. We have some brands in the region that make good money when it comes to dresses and weddings and so on like that. There's certain designers that everyone knows that everybody wants. A couple of them are in Lebanon, I forgot their names. And so people will overpay just to have those people work on their dresses or whatever it is, right? All those luxury brands that we just talked about, all of them have a story. Some of the story is just pure marketing. It doesn't really exist. Like what they do. Like in watches, a lot of watches that are being made are given to our marketing team, say, yo, create a story for this. so we can know how to market.
Tell us about old man Swiss watchmaker.
Whatever it is, right? You know, it's like say there's some old dude that used to hold one watch until the day he died, and this is how it looked like.
Walter.
Like, you know, make something for me to have some sort of feeling. We don't have that. Our brands do not have a story. They don't. There's nothing for me to connect with when I look at our brands. Like, these brands build personal relationship with customers, right? You guys came with me to Louis Vuitton before.
Mm-hmm.
We went to a private event, and you saw how they treat me at a private event.
Mr. Adil.
You saw like, yo, this is a customer of ours. Let's build a relationship with them. I'm in love with their story that they're giving me, right? And at the same time, they're enjoying my purchases.
There's a connection. No, there's a connection. There's a connection, definitely, in terms of it's not just you walking in purchasing something. No.
They're looking for longevity with you.
You're being welcomed. You're being,
It's beyond that. They want to know that you're here for the long run, so they can spend the time on you to actually offer you things that most people can't get. That's the beautiful thing about building a relationship with brands. I don't have a brand here that I can do that with. The only brand that I have in all of this whole country that I build a relationship with is Galag, because I see it as the number one streetwear brand that we have. And it speaks its own language, it has its own identity. So I love the story behind it. So I love to be attached to that story. The same thing. We went to Rolex, right? You went to Rolex. What happened to you?
Same. Sitting down, Mr. Muhammad, how's it going? And then building that connection.
Your pops went in looking for a watch. They said it doesn't exist. You gave me a call. I made a call. They told me come pick it up tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
Because I have a relationship, and there's a story there. And there's a relationship between us based on that story. And they respect the relationship that we have, and I respect the story that they have. This way, they can look at me and say, oh, Adil is long-term. I will offer him these limited pieces that most people can't get. I'll give you a better example. Someone has been doing this in the dirtiest way possible. Ferrari, okay? Don't blacklist me. I love y'all, right? Ferrari wants to be very exclusive, right? So Ferrari said, okay, you know what? To get this hypercar, you need to just be a Ferrari owner. Then they found out there's a lot of people that are Ferrari owners now. And they're going to have to build all these limited edition cars in big numbers to give everybody else. Say, okay, you know what? Let's make the pool even smaller. Listen, if you have 2 of these cars, you will be able to get this limited edition car. And they're like, oh, shit, a lot of people still have money. So they went, okay, if you want this limited edition car,
making the circle
you
smaller
need
and smaller
to come to all of our events. You can't reject any of our events in the world. If we say we're in Spain next week, you better be there. You better attend. You better show face. And the cars that we sold you, that you purchased from us, right? You can't sell them. You got to be a collector.
Talk about putting shackles on.
And if you're a collector, you'll get this limited edition car. But once you start selling those cars, you need to rebuild this relationship, sir. Why? Because they know they have so many wealthy people that they can sell the car for $4 million and they'll make their money back with their eyes closed, but they want those people to still exist. They don't want those people to feel like, yeah, Adil has a Ferrari and Shamsi has a Ferrari, but they don't have the limited edition Ferrari. They're not at this level where they can get this exclusivity. And they keep winning at doing it over and over again, even though I think they deserve a class action lawsuit. Don't sue me. I love you.
And there's multiple plays here. There's the whole exclusivity play, the whole making you feel special and desired. And
Ferrari doesn't do that. Oh no. This is what I'm telling you. Ferrari specifically. Ferrari doesn't do shits about your existence.
Yeah.
You want to be a part of us. You're gonna go out of your way, Mr. Millionaire, to show us that you love our brand. In order for us to show you some love back by giving you access to a car
that you want.
And that car will go up in price.
But you can't sell it.
You can't sell it. You better not sell it.
If you sell it, we will take all of this away.
Like for one of the cars, I don't want to go into details so I don't get in trouble. But one of the cars, in order for you to purchase them, they were like, oh, you need to have this specific car. And then one of my boys, who is very well connected, is like, I'm wondering why this specific car. And then he looked around and he was like, oh, okay, they have a lot of them on the lot that haven't been sold yet. So they need to get rid of them.
So this is a way of moving merch.
Exactly. And then Ferrari came out of the blue like, oh, by the way, we know that you can afford all these cars and you can get access to our limited cars. We will love you more.
If you get
every car that you buy, you go and do a full individual specification for the car. We want you to go all out with the specs. Get all the features, twin, 2-tone, 3-tone colors, do all that so we can love you more, sir. Do you want these cars or not, sir?
Yeah. We want to see how much you appreciate us.
Exactly.
But then again, Ferrari has the leverage to do that because the product that they're offering you is
and
something.
The Formula One.
Yeah, it's something that you.
The legacy they have in Formula One.
And it's not just. I'm pretty sure other brands do this. Like top echelon brands do this as well. Like you want something so bad, they will make you jump through the hoops and get it. In order for you to get to that level, you need to create something that good. And that is a whole other problem.
Exactly.
That is a whole other problem.
Ferrari is selling you an expensive car and you had to work hard to get it. You had to waste a lot of money to get this car. But at the same time, you're getting your money's worth. You're getting the story, you're getting the heritage, the legacy, you're getting everything behind
it. You're getting the attention to detail. You're getting the top, the top of class,
yes.
Honestly.
Here, when I look at all the brands, I don't see anyone working on the story. I don't see anyone working on why. Oh, I love fashion. When I was a kid, I used to draw. Cool, sir. Oh, I love fashion. I saw a lot of things on YouTube and I just want to do something similar, but it has my style. Okay, sir. You just thought of a name and put on a shirt, sir.
Maybe part of the issue is people haven't had enough time to build up those stories.
Or maybe they were not taught that all these big brands got stories behind them. All of them have some sort of story. Kith has a story. Fear of God has a story. Everything has a story. And you connect not to the clothing, you connect to the story, and that's why you purchase more. If you are a person who just likes to buy clothes, I can open up Louis Vuitton for you right now. You say, yo, what is this trash, son? I would not purchase. You would not see me wearing any of these. But if you love the story, you'll see me in a full monogram suit. Right?
Yeah.
Because I know what this represents and what it means to me. So I will put on this something that you think is tacky. To me, I think is amazing. Because there's a story. I will fight for this brand against everybody else because there's a connection here.
The intangible gives the tangible value.
And with everybody else, we don't have that. You're telling me, oh, come and watch our fashion show. Who are you, sir? Look, oh, I am so-and-so. That's my name. Cool. Who are you? How am I supposed to connect with you, sir? Oh, look at you guys. Oh, awesome. Cool, bro. Like, I need a story.
But I think
I need to connect.
I think the story is also not something that you come out with at the beginning. It's something you build over time. No,
it's something that you share. It's something that you talk about.
Do you see anyone building stories?
No, but I'm thinking that's the thing. Like a story requires time for it to be told. It requires a journey for you to undertake a journey to get to a
Shamsi,
point.
most of these people that had their fashion show didn't start last year. Some of them been here for a long, long time.
Yeah. But they haven't been able to move. They haven't thought of the idea.
Some of them have their own exclusive clients that know who they are. And it's usually word of mouth, how people get around. But if you're selling something for a regular consumer, there has to be a story.
You need something for the masses to tap into.
Exactly. I want to know not only why you have quality material, what got you here? What made you work hard for this? They give me something. And that's something that I don't think is being taught. You're telling me come and watch this show. Why?
Because I have ideas.
Cool. There's so many brands in the world that have ideas. Timo, what it's called, the Chinese website thing, the Alibaba one, right? Has all sorts of clothing. There's nothing you're going to create that I'm not going to find there. The size is going to be shit, the material is going to be shit, but they also make. So what? What am I attached to?
The quality, the attention to detail, these are things that are tangible. They're right there. You see them. They don't require a story for you to appreciate a piece for its design.
Completely wrong. Name any brand that you purchase from that doesn't have a story.
No, but I'm saying it's not about it has a story, but you don't necessarily always need to know the story as a consumer.
Tiffany, I love you, Tiffany, don't fire us.
Yeah, the story maybe the story maybe makes it more cohesive, makes it have more intent. And maybe that makes the product more desirable or more.
You want diamonds. You don't have to go to Tiffany's. You can go somewhere and get good diamonds, right? You don't have to pay the Tiffany name tax and the mint color tax. You don't have to do that. You can go somewhere else and get a real good diamond necklace or whatever it is you want for a good price. You can do that. But why do you go to Tiffany?
Because it's got the brand name.
That's it. When you buy a Tiffany, you know you're buying a Tiffany. When you're wearing a Tiffany, you know you're wearing a Tiffany. And if you go and you go to your girl and say, yo, by the way, here's this diamond ring. Oh, it's amazing. Give her that same diamond ring in a Tiffany box. Watch the world change.
What if you give it in a Jessica box?
No one gives two shits about Jessica.
But it's
Jessica and her Uggs. Okay? I know for a fact Jessica's wearing Uggs right now.
Saying,
it's autumn.
She's got pumpkin pie in her mind. No, that's true. That's all very true. But so the point here is, why aren't you telling your story? How do you start telling your story? How do you create your story?
I guess so. I don't know why you're looking at me while you say that.
No, but I'm just asking. That's the point you want to get to here.
I'm not trying to get to any point. I'm just calling out what it is. This is exactly how it is in front of us. This is what we see. If you want to be a luxury brand, if you want to know why these brands are so successful, there's a reason for it. Communication is very important. If I can't communicate with you, the best thing that ever happened to STC was Mobile.
True.
Because it gave it something to compete against.
Exactly. Basically. And then STC started telling us about the story. Why do you like STC? Because when you had nothing, I was in your hands. When you wanted to call your grandma across the country, there was only me. I protected you, son. And you want to go with these blues? Come on. Can't turn your back on STC.
I mean...
Even though STC's been doing a lot of shady, love you STC, like dub the 5G, do not cut it off for us. We're not gonna be able to upload tonight, right? For STC, they're telling you, listen, we make you these best offers, and they also don't forget, we were here. We were always pushing the boundaries for you. I created STC Pay. It's not how I screwed everybody else in the fintech market, but I created STC Pay
for you,
and
it works.
I'm making your life easier. If we don't have Mobile competing, then we wouldn't even know the story of STC. Why we want to be with STC? Why is STC innovating? Why is it becoming such a huge company in the world? It's one of the biggest telecom companies in the world. And they stick to the story. We're the Saudi telecom company, sir.
We're here to
we were green and white. Now we are purple, blue.
Something like that.
Yellow. Exactly. We're something right now.
Purple and yellow.
Exactly.
Pink.
So.
Tell your story. Figure out your story.
Anyways.
Make it interesting. Put a nice little bow on top of it.
Quick on Middle East news before we bounce. Sinwar has been caught dead. I don't know if you guys saw that. I'm sure that all of us saw it.
Just confirmed it.
We thought, they confirmed it. They showed the video and so on. I got questions. And I got theories. And I got thoughts. And a lot of them are feelings.
Start with the feelings.
Jews be Jewing?
I mean, that's not new.
Okay.
That's not new at all.
That's the number one feeling.
Yeah.
That's the number one feeling.
All around.
All right, look. So they showed the video, right? And they showed pictures. So the pictures leaked before everything happened. And then the video leaked, which annoyed the hell out of us, right? Because the guy was not underground like you said he was. He was above ground. Do you know the story how they caught him?
No.
All right. So I'm going to sell you what I think is a pure bullshit story.
Of course.
From Israel, right?
This is the cover story. This is what's known as the cover story.
This is what they're telling us. They're like, at 10 a.m., some of our squadrons, no, fuck that. Some of these killers, right? Actually, it's too good for them. Some of these assholes that are called soldiers were in the field. And they saw 3 people move from one building to another. So they started shooting. They got fired back. So they started going back and forth. So they put a drone out to see what's going on, escape the place and so on. At 3 p.m., they noticed that they're trying to get out. So they took out 2, and one of them, which was Sinwar, ran into another building next to it.
Okay, as they watched from afar.
No, they were fighting back and forth. So they said they got those 2 guys that none of us have seen their bodies or anything from them, right? And then he got into the other building, went to the 2nd floor, and then they used their tanks to bomb the building.
As one does.
Vibes. Then they sent in the drone to have a look if anybody's inside. And then you see Sinwar, dusty, obviously looks injured. I think there's like some injury in his arm. There's a blood somewhere, right? And the drone is flying. And then he just sits there looking at the drone, like masked up. And then he throws a stick at it. Now you tell me this, Shamsi.
Sounds a bit too Hollywood.
You know what? I will get to that at the end. I don't want to disrupt the story for you. So then they're like, you know what? We're not going to go in. We're going to hit it with another tank shell, right?
Just to be safe.
Just to be safe. And then tomorrow we'll go in and see what's going on.
Because it's getting dark and we're afraid of the dark.
Second day comes in, according to them. They pop in and then they find the body. Right?
Okay.
The body's in the center. Everything is falling up on it and stuff like that, right? So it's like centered. And you see kneecaps are broken, right? And there's a huge hole in his head that, I don't know, a bullet looks like, right? You got to be dumb not to think it's a fucking bullet in the head.
Very untankily.
Right? Exactly. Very untanky. There's nothing tanky about that.
Tanky.
So they were like, oh, so they cut off his thumb or his index finger. They take it back to the lab to test if he's the one or not. It came back to 99% because remember they jailed him back in the 80s or 90s.
Yeah.
So it still had his DNA.
They still have their sprints.
Which is still, it's full DNA. So anyway, then they come back with the story like, yo, we didn't know he was there. We were just fighting and then we caught him. Right? Didn't say a single word about why he has a bullet in his head. So, you show me the video of a drone coming, talking to this guy who looks like he's injured and he's throwing a stick at a drone and then there's a bullet in his head. And you said you came back the next day to check out what's going on.
You do know Adil, bullets sometimes magically appear out of the ether, right?
If you do.
Yeah, I'm just telling you, like sometimes you could just walk around, a bullet just hits you in the head. Unfortunately.
Anyways, I want to know the whole story.
These are going to be one of those, whatever happened, on that day. And I don't think the story is going to be told anytime soon.
Never. It's never going to be told. But, so after all that, you came out and you're like, oh, yo, we were fighting with them. And then you made the mistake, whoever leaked the video, made the mistake of showing him above ground. So he wasn't hiding like you said he was hiding. You said he was hiding in bunkers underground and he had the people that they captured with him and he had bombs all over him, whatever. That was true because when he tried to enter the building before they hit it with the tank.
Booby trapped.
No, he threw grenades at them.
Okay.
So they took a step back like, get the tanker in. So I'm not buying any of this. To me, what it looked like.
You're not supposed to, Adil.
What it looked like, someone got grabbed and he was investigated. And then he got a bullet in the head. That's what it looked like to me. Because that bullet came out of nowhere. And one picture is dusty as hell, but there's no blood.
And the coincidence just happened. They just happened to find him in a random building as they were, doing their regular,
genocidal things.
Genocidal things.
Yes,
basically. That doesn't really cut mustard either.
None of it cut mustard. But anyway, again, let's move forward. I'm not gonna sit on this one for a minute. We know what it is. We know how it happened. We know it's bullshit. Whatever they're going to feed is always going to be bullshit. They've been feeding the media bullshit for the last 70 years.
And
right?
I don't know if this is going to change anything. It doesn't seem like it's going to change it.
Now, that is the important part.
It doesn't seem like it's going to change anything.
My question is simple. Do you know what?
Isn't this a mission accomplished?
We're done?
That's the question that you should be asking.
It should be.
Because that claim was we want to decimate Hamas. And I think at this point, you've cut off the head of one of the main heads of Hamas. Multiple, not just one. So where does this stop?
I think looking at I think what's next for them is Syria and Iran.
So we'll keep going. They will go.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I think this is, this what it looks like to me was a fuck up by the US and Israel.
In what sense?
They used these militias to their advantages. They propped them up. They helped them exist. They paid them. They did everything. And now it's time for a game change. And when you're changing the game, what are you going to do, Shamsi?
Sweep the pieces off the board.
Exactly. And that's what they've been doing. The way they took out Hezbollah wasn't simple, bro. You took out everybody in 1 week that quick? Doesn't that make sense anywhere in the world?
They're still bombing Lebanon.
And they're still bombing Lebanon. It's a play. We don't know where this play is going to go. All I'm asking, all the Jewish people across the globe, you know what? I'm not even going to talk about if they have the right or don't have the right. Let's forget all of that for a second. The way that Israel is moving and conducting all these actions, does that sit well with y'all? Just from a human aspect. Let's say those are two countries that we all have no attachment to it. Are we all okay with what's going on? That's the question I want them to answer. Do not give me no bullshit about defending my defending. Fuck defending. Just tell me the way it was conducted. The way it broke international law, it broke human right law, it broke every single law under the sun. How do y'all sit okay with this? Because this is never going to go away. This is now forever. Anytime Israel opens its mouth, they can't say, oh no, what genocide? No, we all saw it. This is not the Holocaust. This is not you telling me the story from your side alone and me having to accept it. No, this is something that we all saw and we all lived. There was videos from both sides. We have all the data in the world. You can never run away from this. So the question is going to be on them when this is over with. Sir, you come here and you tell me if that was okay. Because if you tell me that's okay, then I have the right to do the same to someone else. And you, Mr. America, can't say shit to me about that. Because you backed genocide. You gave them the weapons. You kept giving them the weapons. You saw the children die. You saw hospitals get bombed. You saw people burned alive. You saw all of that. And you did absolutely nothing. You can't talk to me about no human rights. You can't talk about no free speech. You cannot talk to me about saving no journalist's life. You can't talk to me about anything. Everything that you stand for, you can't talk to me about. Nothing. Because everything that you said, this is what America is, you just sold it all out. For just what? For who? A CIA post? Like, what is it for? Also, dear CIA.
While we're on the subject.
While they're listening, by the way. Yeah.
Exactly. I'm writing them a letter, by the way. Dear CIA, can you please share the future plans of the region with us? With love, Kabsa Boys. Call Shamsi 00966.
In a PDF format.
In a PDF format.
Please.
Double space.
Yes.
So
I don't think all of what you just said, Adil, the unfortunate thing, I think we are past that point. I think the fact that it's been going on for a year and nothing has stopped and nothing has changed, and we've only seen the pace of it increase and continue, has taken that mask away from the civilized world. There's nothing civilized about this world, honestly. If you are able to continue watching this stuff and see nobody actually do something to stop it in terms of the civilized nations. There's nothing civilized
all that
there.
preaching went nowhere. The thing is, see, this is how dumb they are, right? No one's thinking about the aftermath of it. You know that's the only thing that could happen after all of this is a two-state solution. Any other thing that happens, it's not going to sit well with anybody. Because even the US, and Israel knows today, it will never get forgiveness from the region. It will never find forgiveness, no matter how much they try. They might get acceptance and security, but they're never going to get forgiveness. The only way we get forgiveness is you giving us exactly what we asked for 75 years. So now they have a choice to make. The US is going to force Israel to make this decision to accept a two-state solution because there's no other way out of it. Do you know why? Because the US cannot talk about peace anymore. They can't talk about nothing. They were happy to throw Russia. With Russia and Ukraine, they had something in their backhand, right? They can say always, it's Russia. Do you remember from the 80s, the Cold War? We always knew they were enemies. So you had a story to sell. You don't have a story to sell with this. This is pure murder. Nothing else. This is not a war. This is pure murder. You're using state-of-the-art weapons against people that have rocks. And you've been doing it for so long when we had no social media, no cameras. Today, you can't do any of that. So the US needs to find a solution for that. And the only solution, you give us a two-state solution, you give them space, and we as Arabs rebuild the region.
But wait.
Yes, sir.
But first, we must get rid of all the bad guys.
Let's see how long that takes.
Do you not know that there are bad guys in 2 states over there? I need to go shoot them. Yeah.
We'll see.
The jury will continue jury.
We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. They can't. The US cannot give them so many weapons to keep going forever. They can't. They know they can't. They know there's no way to do it. And the US can't talk about, we want a ceasefire. They bombed the Houthis with a B-2. They got a B-2 and a B-52 bombing. Do you know when does the B-2 come out?
This is called flexing, Adil.
Beyond flexing, that you're using your biggest fucking stealth jet to go bomb Houthis.
I'm paying all this money to keep this stuff on the shelf? Hell no. I'll just go use it all, y'all. Who's going to stop me? No, nobody can stop me, bro.
We'll see. It's up to them. Al-Houthi was funny yesterday, by the way. He came out as like, we know that Saudi is a big country. We know it's a great country. We know that it always likes to protect the region, the Muslim people. And we ask Saudi to protect us from the US and UK and France.
SubhanAllah.
Nah, son, do not turn to us in any way, shape, or form. Like, you fired rockets at Mecca. No, stay the hell away from me. All right? Don't talk to us. Look, a lot of people were annoyed and angry at me when Hezbollah passed away because I could really care less, right? And they were like, yo, how can you feel this way for another Muslim? Yeah, right? And right? So, like, I just want to say, like, that shit get banged, son. You can't say I'm gonna kill someone, and then when you get killed real quick, you want me to have sympathy for you. You came out and started screaming this shit. We weren't screaming this shit. We were trying to mind our own business. We were trying to find solutions for Palestine. But you came like, no, you did all this play. And then what? You got wiped out in a week. Do you know what hurts?
شر البليتي ما يضحك عادل. شر البليتي والله فعلا شر البليتي ما يضحك. Yeah.
The thing is, I'm not going to take away anything from Hezbollah. Hezbollah has good rockets though. They could have really used that power to attack Israel. But why didn't you? Because you were not allowed to. Because you're a puppet of another puppet.
They were biding their time, Adil.
You know what's crazy about Sinwar thing? After his death, it came out that, so apparently, I don't know who leaked this news or whatever, but we saw it it's on NBC and Arabi and a bunch of channels. They're saying that before that happened, he stopped his communication with Iran. Iran was giving him orders that he didn't want to take, so he stopped his communication with them. And it goes back to our episode last year, when we sat here and we said, hey, they pushed you to do this and then they left you out. So him not willing to speak to them and what's happened to Hezbollah has been taken out, it tells me that this was a setup even on them. And they couldn't get out of it.
That's the price that unfortunately you have to pay when you get used.
Yes, and look, everyone's saying, oh, this, bro, look, Iran is right here asking Saudi to help it. It's asking the world to protect it. It ran its mouth for so long, sold you this fake idea, all of you believed in it, and now it's selling out everybody that it got into trouble. And then they're all Arabs, because they don't want Persians to die, they just want Arabs to die, because they care less about Arabs. So you're all watching this, and I don't know how y'all have sympathy for Iran. I don't. I have sympathy for the people that have no business in any of this getting killed. Those I have sympathy for. Everybody else that's in power, I could give two living shits. No, you deserve to get what you get for all the destruction that you created. And what it looks like from all the intelligence that's going around the world right now, it looks like Iran is going to have a lot of shape-ups going on. A lot of shape-ups.
Well, that's when you look at it and you see no stop to it and no end to it, and your imagination takes you so far. You know, that's the scary part. How far can this actually go?
Or maybe when you're colluding behind closed doors, right? You're saying death to America, but America's allowing to sell you oil. It's allowing you to move weapons.
Adil, there's an image that we need to maintain.
Oh, sorry, I forgot.
Adil, what are you talking about? Please, Adil.
Fuck common sense.
Yeah,
yes.
Make your phone tell us.
What is smooth?
Nobody knows about this shit.
Anyway, I look forward to the end of all this bullshit. Inshallah, it happens soon.
Amen.
And then after that, we can begin the conversation of freedom of rights and the freedom of movement.
Human-centered
yes, we
rights.
care about every journalist that dies.
Yes.
We care about humans and life as well. You deserve life. We'll see.
We deserve life.
We'll see.
We all do, don't we? We all do.
I haven't played this in a minute.
This is a
bop.
Yeah, this is a good way to. This is a good way to end the episode. I needed to hear this. It's very reassuring. You want to know what salamat. Hey.
Allah يسلمك.
Great episode, guys.
All the fun stuff.
That was a lot.
Shout out to our Tesla viewers. Thank you for being here. We appreciate all of y'all. It's been a great episode. It is exactly midnight. It's time for everyone to get the fuck up out of here.
The witching hour.
And we'll see everybody next week. Inshallah. We out.
Much love, y'all.
Peace.
Peace.